Hello, friends. Today, our motivational topic is calm your mind, change your life. Life throws chaos at us on a regular basis, whether it's our finances, our relationships, or our health. In the work world, around 50% of people are burned out in industries on workplace related stress. In response, we just keep on pushing through, surviving on adrenaline. We overschedule ourselves. We drink another coffee. We respond to one more email. If we stay amped up all the time, we think we will eventually be able to get things done. But all that does is burn us out, drain our productivity, and lead to exhaustions. There is another way, a calmer way. Cultivating a more restful, relaxed state of mind doesn't mean we will drown under all our responsibilities. Instead, research suggests it will bring us greater attention, energy, and creativity to tackle them. And science also points to simple ways we can tap into that calm state of mind to be more resilient in our chaotic lives. A stressed mind versus a calm mind. Stress was never meant to be 24 by 7 experience. You are really only supposed to feel stressed in the 5 minutes right before you die. When you are being chased in the savannah by a animal, wild animal, your stress response is supposed to save your life. It mobilizes your attention, muscles, and immune system to get you quickly out of danger. When animals escape, they come right out of fight or fight mode and into rest and digest mode, where the parasympathetic nervous system is working to replenish or replenish their resources. That stress response is supposed to be short lived because we wear down your body, your health, and your energy also. It also impacts things like your emotional intelligence and your decision making. When you are tightly wound up, you are more likely to react to situations than to respond with reason. You also perceive the world differently. Stress makes us narrowly focused, preventing us from seeing the bigger picture. When we are calmer, our attention becomes broader. In fact, we literally see more things. In one study, participants went through a 3-month meditations training. Then they engaged in something called the attentional blink task, in which you watch images appear rapidly one after another. Usually, when people do this exercise, their attention doesn't pick up all of the target images. But after that mindfulness training, participants were able to pick up more of the target images than pre retreat, suggesting that their state of mind had become more attentive. Being able to attend more means that you notice more things about other people and you are able to communicate with them in more powerful ways. High stress and anxiety or any kind of negative emotions make us self confused. When we are stressed, we are less likely to notice if a colleague looks burned out or sad, or more likely to get irritated if they don't perform as we expect. However, when you are in a calmer and happier place, that's probably the day when you will have more empathy. You will notice your colleague and take the time to reach out and ask if there is anything you can do to support them. When you are calm, you also manage your energy because you are not burning yourself up constantly, spending your days with your sympathetic nervous systems in overdrive. Calm helps you focus on what you need to do and get it done much more quickly. Calmness can also impact your creativity. Research suggests that our most creative ideas come in moments when we are not actively focused or stressed. We are most creative when our brain is in alpha wave mode, which is a relaxed state of mind, like when you are in the shower or taking a walk in nature. Indeed, people who go on an immersive nature retreat for 4 days come back with 50% increased creativity. If you want to get the most out of yourself in terms of your productivity, creativity and innovations, making progress at work, or just solving the basic problems of life that you are faced with, calm is the key in your life. How to cultivate a calm state of mind? We know how to become stressed. Most of us are really good at activating our adrenal system and getting wound up. The question becomes then, how do you wind down? Several practices that not only feel good but also put us into a calmer, more relaxed state, a state from which we can cope better with whatever life throws at us. Self compassion, often we are our worst critic. We think that being self critics will help us to be more self aware and make us work harder, but that's a myth. In fact, according to a good deal of research, self criticism destroys our resilience. We are less able to learn from our mistakes when we beat ourselves up. Self critical people tend to have greater anxiety and depressions and an inability to bounce back from struggles. Imagine someone running a marathon for the very first time in their life and they trip and fall. Someone on the sideline says, "You are a loser. You are so not a runner. What are you doing here? Go home." That person is our internal and self critical voice. Self compassion is somebody on the other side who says, "Everybody falls. This is normal. You are so awesome. You are totally killing this." Self compassion is the ability to be mindful of your emotions, aware of the emotions that are going on inside whenever you feel at some time. It doesn't mean you identify with them. You can just observe and notice them without feeding the fire. Self compassion also involves understanding that everyone makes mistakes and that it's part of being human. And it is the ability to speak to yourself the way you would speak to be a friend who just failed, warmly and kindly. When we adopt this attitude, research suggests we are calmer, we feel less stressed, and have lower cortisol levels. We are also more resilient, we are less afraid of failure, and more motivated to improve ourselves. The stress and lack of calm in today's world may contribute to this loneliness because of the way that it tends to make us self focused. Our greatest human need after food and shelter is to connect with other people in a positive way. From the moment we are born until our last day, we have a deep and profound longing to belong to another. And when we fulfill that need, it brings us more calm. The, oxy, the oxytocin and natural we that we release when we connect may exert a calming influence on our bodies, and the knowledge that we have this support of others can smoothie our minds when we face adversity. Research suggests that our relationships and community have an important role to play in our resilience. So, how do we create a state of mind where we feel more connected? The good news is that by taking care of yourself and your own well being with practices like breathing and self compassion, you are able to turn more attention toward to feel more connected as well. Positive emotions like calm naturally make us feel closer to other people. You can try specific practices that research has found to boost your sense of connections as well compassion for others. Imagine a day when things are not going well for you. You spilled your coffee on yourself and it's raining, and then a friend calls who is having a true emergency in their life, and you jump up and go help them immediately. What happens to your state of mind in that moment? All of a sudden you have high energy, you are completely at their service. That is what practicing altruism, service, and compassion does to your life. It increases your well-being tremendously, as many of us have experienced when we perform little acts of kindness. When we feel compassion, our heart rate goes down and our parasympathetic nervous system is more activated. Kindness and compassion can also help protect us from adversity. In one of my favorite studies, found that people who had been through traumatic life situations had a shorter lifespan, but among these participants there was a small group of people who just seemed to keep on living. What was going on with these people? When the researchers dug a little deeper, they found that they were all engaged in helping friends and family in their life, from assisting with transportations or shopping to housework and childcare. Service is one of the most profound ways to nourish the community around us, but also to nourish, inspire, and energize yourself. It's like that children's book, when you fill someone's bucket, it also fills yours. So be happy in your life, and thanks for watching my videos. If you like my blogs, please subscribe my channel. Thanks again.